Marty.
Right. I don't need this. Oh. You go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, up the back on the balcony and down the front. Welcome to 4 p.m. My name is Dean Stevenson, and the 4 p.m. installation has been running at Mona for some time. And the difference is that it's part of the kind of a residency program, I suppose, with a couple of us who come and go from the museum. And the idea is that we make things as opposed to you come and see the finished things. So we're here making music or making art in front of you. And we get to have a discussion about it. You can come and talk to me about the making of things and how it is to do that. I think everyone in the room has some kind of a practice, an art that they like to do, not just art that they like to consume. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's different. Sometimes we love listening to funk, but we actually really like to dance because that's what makes us feel good. So I'm here every day writing music, and I'll read to you the first paragraph to try and frame what 4 p.m. is about from the 4 p.m. book, which you can buy at the shop. It says, how willing are you to put your creative process on display? To expose your creative self in its most elemental state, showing the messy beginning, not just the polished result, the rehearsal, not just the show. To gamble on a showcase for all the fear and all of the doubt, and a daily commitment to producing something new. You might find in an odd twist that the exposure is more inward than outward, the irksome display of yourself to yourself. I'll read that bit again. The exposure is more inward than outward, the irksome display of yourself to yourself. I pitched 4 p.m. to Mona because as a musician, as a performer, as a teacher, as a dad, I witnessed all the kind of crippling anxiety that came with creativity. Put one line down and instantly the shame comes, rather than just the courage that we had when we were kids. Remember that? When we were told to just go and just finger paint, paint with your poo, doesn't matter what it is. I mean, we did it because we loved it. And then sometimes we were told to be grown-ups, and then we put away the courage as well as the toys. The courage, we need the courage to do dance. So that's why I thought I'd sit here courageously producing something every day. I'm not going to promise it's a good thing every day. The one we just played was from the 195th day that I've been here in Mona. That was a good day, the 195th day. Sounds like a long time, but it's a brand new piece every day. And today is day 368. So we just passed a full year writing something new every day. If you were here this morning, you would have seen a blank page. And I've been pressing music onto that page ever since. And right now, the musicians haven't seen it, played it. I don't know what it sounds like. You don't know. They don't know. So we're all going to find out at the same time. So stick with us while we have a short rehearsal. And then I'm going to see if you have any questions about any of the things you're witnessing, if you don't understand. And then we'll all, we might play something else from another day. And then we'll go get a drink and all as well. All right? Is that cool? That was a lot of talking, sorry. Okay. Please welcome the ensemble for today. The extraordinary musicians who are about to make life these dots on the page. We have Hayato, Natalia, Will and Martin. So keep in mind at this moment, they haven't played the piece. I haven't heard it. It's all sight reading and fresh. So I will say that today's piece felt like, I don't usually tell a kind of a theme or a story, but I will this time. I thought about a small character in a big story. This is if you watch a movie, there's a theme for all of the characters. This is a small character, so it's their theme. And maybe this is only part A of what could be 3 parts of their theme. Maybe this is just one part of it. But I thought this is a small character in a big story. That's what I imagined today. Shall we give it a go? So the upbeat into bar of bar 1 is with violins.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Just violins, and the others don't come in until before A. Oh, yeah. Hold there. Nice so far. So for the astute people, you'll notice what I've done is I've asked the musicians to put a mute on. There's this little thing that goes on the bridge there, little mute. So it does what it says on the box. It mutes the sound, but it doesn't just make it quieter. It changes the character, like a small character in a big story. It's a diminished thing, almost like you're hearing a rock band from playing next door through the wall. That sort of feeling. So, and we might try it without just to see. But at the moment we'll stick with the mutes.
Is your does your small character have a small character or a big character?
Does my small character have a big character?
Or a small character?
Well, I think all small characters grow into bigger characters.
Internally, does he see himself here? Do they see themselves as
maybe not at the start,
okay, yeah.
but maybe toward the end they do. If the music allows, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's go from upbeat into let us see.
So, is this still with mute?
Still with mutes. Still with mutes on, please. Yes. Hold there. Okay, so one of the things, now we'll do that much again, but without the mute, so the people at home can hear the difference. I don't mean to be evangelistic, but one of the reasons I usually don't say what I'm thinking about is because I want you to be able to imagine whatever the hell you want to imagine. Because our imaginations are very good, and the reason why me saying that a small character has instantly given you a framework which you might prefer a different frame of your own, because we tend we tend to be told what to think. What I mean by that is we watch music now. We don't listen to it, we watch it. It's always content behind visual stuff. How many people in the room, can I do a little quick survey, just like maybe once a week would listen to music, eyes shut, doing nothing else? Just music, eyes shut. Yes, good, there's a few. But you do see it's the minority. We don't just stop and let our imaginations go, because we can do some great stuff with our minds. So I've given you a plant, but I'm not going to give you any more than that, so you can let your imaginations do stuff without somebody telling you the place, the time, etc., etc. All right, let's do that much again, please, without the mute. Now, it's going to be a bolder sound, but that may not be the sound we want for the character that you're imagining. Let's do a bit of a vote at the end to see which one you prefer. And just for comparison, do from letter F with mutes back on so you can hear the difference. From letter F, please. Hear the difference? Which one do you think you prefer? That muted sound, hands up. That muted sound. Oh, there's some good romantic types. And then, yes, and then the unmuted. Not even, yes. We can change, but you have to give enough of a break in the music for the musicians to do it. Yeah, you can, you totally can. That kind of muted sound up really high is that kind of romantic, swoony sound of music, movies in the 50s, definitely. Let's go with on. Let's stick with on. And now ask the person next to you, especially when you're a stranger. So if you could ask a question, what would you ask? Let's get a bit of a chat about creativity, and anything you don't understand, we can solve it here. So let's have some questions in a second. Good. Let's go from upbeat into G then, please.
Who is it?
All good. It's you two. Yep.
Yep.
Change key signature. Cool, hold it there. We'll regroup at letter J. Let's just try that from letter I without the mutes on to see what happens, just for shits and giggles. And I forgot to mention, actually, let's try from letter H without mutes on. I forgot to mention that the 6/4 bars are probably 4 and 2, not 3 and 3. They're 4 and 2 in terms of phrasing. Anybody, any questions? It's okay if you don't. Halgini, no? Okay, we'll press. Here you go, from letter H without mutes.
H or I?
Yes, H, please. Ooh, sorry, upbeat into H.
So did we have an
Upbeat into H, yeah.
Oh, sorry,
Dee-da, yeah, yeah.
What?
Hold there, can we check that? C natural and...
I don't know if that's what I played. C natural F sharp.
Yeah, C natural, F sharp, we have a G, oh, we have a G. E-D. Yes,
Maybe
What'd
that's
you
not
do?
what I played.
yes,
Should we do it again?
yeah, please.
Right, same place?
Um,
Or a bit later on?
just that bar, just 2 before I. 2 before I. There you go.
That's not what I played.
Okay. Got it. Okay, we sorted. Up into I now, please.
Okay.
With mute still off. Push, push. Yes, that's it. James Bond chord, yes. So interestingly enough, there's 68 bars in today, which is kind of a slow piece, very short. Some days I write like tons of notes, and I'm like, it's busy and I'm exhausted, but it's fun. And some days I spend all day writing a slow piece with almost no notes in it at all, which is what today's piece is like. Let's try putting, okay, so mutes off at H and back on again at K. We've got enough time, we just a bit of a pause, a break at K, mutes back on. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so we've got through the piece now. It's a very short one today, which is good for you, because that means we've got heaps of time, and when we play this once or twice through, we'll play something from another day, which is an upbeat thing, just to give you some context. You heard the curtain raiser, and you're hearing today's. Now you're going to hear it all the way through, and then we'll play a little fun piece at the end. Does anybody have any questions at all? Yes? How do I decide on a key? I don't. I just start to play, and eventually it might take me hours before I figure, I think this is in the key of E. Marty will argue with me that I often don't decide at all, and I write in the wrong key. But I don't decide the key first. I mean, that might be a great way to go. Today I'm writing a piece in 3/4, it's in the key of E, and it's going to be 2 minutes long. That might be the parameters you need to get going, which is probably good because it limits you. But generally I just start to just fluff around, and the music tells me after I've writing, I think this is in E, A, F, no, I think it's in C, or Marty will tell me it's in something else. Yeah, so that's what happens. Yeah, it's just the courage to not lock it into something. Question over there? Well, I start at 10 o'clock this morning. So the museum opens at 10 o'clock, and so the page had nothing on it at 10, and then now it's 4 o'clock and I've written the piece. So it's, what's that, for 6 hours, with an hour for lunch, 5 hours, and then an hour just fucking around, so 4 hours. I went to the bar at about 3 something for a martini. Any other questions? Well, I will not play the piano later. There's a reason for that. Hands up if you heard me play piano today. Right, only a little bit. You heard the odd like blink plonk, blink plonk, blink plonk, and that was about it. You did not hear this melody today. You did not hear this piece played on the piano. You want to know why? Because I can't play the piano. I'm serious. That's why, because I literally can't play it. I use it as a tool, reference tool to compose, to check the notes, check the harmonies. I know how music kind of works, but I don't play it. So I can't even play my own music. My degrees are in singing, and I play double bass in a swing band, not with a bow. But don't give me the stick. I don't know how to use it. So I don't know how to play the piano, or cello, or viola, or violin.
Oh, nobody knows how to play the
No one has to play the viola. You're the one, Will. And
No,
even
nobody.
then, yeah.
My question is to the musicians. Is your favourite day of the week, or do you prefer playing stuff every night?
The question was, is it their favourite day of the week, or do they have another favourite day?
They prefer playing stuff like
Oh,
random,
That's like asking if you prefer like pizza or lasagna or something. They're both pretty yeah.
I suspect. In front of you, I suspect. This question's been asked a few times, and I suspect the common answer would be they normally don't rehearse in front of people. So that's weird, but they've been doing it enough now that it's probably a bit familiar. If they did it without an audience, they might be wearing their pajamas, and they might spend more time digging into some phrases rather than running it at 4:20. And if they probably wanted to play some music that was more technically fun, it might be they might choose a dead composer rather than me.
This is the only gig I've ever had in my life where it's de rigueur to turn up unprepared.
Yeah.
And it's okay to turn up unprepared.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
And for orchestral musicians, preparedness is what you turn up. Totally. Yeah. Oh, yes. I always compose for string quartet, yes, because I want the challenge of making the same instruments new every day. Yeah. The owner of the museum, you heard of David Walsh, he's a gambler. His idea was, let's roll the dice every morning, and we'll tell you in the morning what you're writing for. It could be violin, viola, tuba, and lawnmower. But the reality is that, especially with the town, like probably even a big city, you just can't have that many musicians paid to be on call and to play lawnmowers, right? Yeah. It's not always the same music. It's about a dozen or 15 or so on rotation, yeah. Is there a style that's really hard to compose for? Probably the ones I haven't tried, yeah. There are some that just wouldn't, like I don't have a classical history. I turned 20 years in pubs playing bass and guitar, and I moved to Tassie as a drummer. So, my history is pubs, and I wouldn't try to put that music that I play in pubs into this because it kind of wouldn't make any sense. But I do use groove ideas, I suppose, rather than trying to make a viola sound like a guitar, for example. Anyway, we've rambled on enough. Now we're going to hear today's piece. We might play it once or twice. We'll play today's, then we'll play our fun bit, the tango, and then we'll come back and play today's again. If you want to go see some more vaginas, thank you very much for your time. That's fine, but thank you very much for your attentiveness. There are some recordings. You can take home some stuff. There's 42 volumes of albums, 42 tracks out of 300 and something. It's about 11% that I thought, these are the ones I want to represent me and the project. So there's some proper recordings in here of a night time. We spent some time with these ones. There's also my book, my 4 p.m. book, which is what the first 150 days of this installation hasn't probably been done in 300 years. My diaries, if you've done the artist's way and you got as far as chapter 3 like I did. I kept a diary every day of the first 150, which is about the process of making stuff and includes for your benefit, a nervous breakdown as well. But all the live music is through that book, 11 hours of music through that book, so you can do that. Let's hear, in total, start to finish, day 368. There we are. There we are.
Sorry, Marty. I forgot it was
Thank you. Hayato, Natalia, Will, and Martin. Let's play the tango. Pretty Little Thing. So now we've played it all the way through. Now we're going to play one from, I think I wrote it on the 1st of July? No, May 27th. It was a Monday and I had no idea what to do when one of the front of house staff here said, write me a tango. So I said, okay. Apparently tangos are in 4. Mine's in 3. Shit. Anyway, I wrote a tango. Here's what I call Donna's Tango, and then we'll play today's again. And then you can come and have a chat to me about anything you like about creativity. Here we go.
Oh, maybe a bit steadier.
Donna's Tango. No, it starts. That was sight read. Sight read, I tell you. Hayato, Natalia, Will, Marty. Woo! All right. And now as the ensemble play today's piece one more time, I'll come over here and you can come have a chat. I have some recordings. You can buy them or talk about them with me or up at the shop. Suit yourself. Have a lovely Sunday evening. Here we go. Day 300 and whatever the hell it is.